Welcome. This video was recorded live on World Sake Day, October 1st, 2020. It is a replay of one of the many sake presentations and panels that were live streamed at Sake Day USA, an online sake festival and fundraiser benefiting the American Sake Association, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. The purpose of our nonprofit is to develop approachable and easy-to-understand sake education materials, as well as to provide affordable access to sake tastings and interactive events. If this presentation was of value to you, please consider a tax-deductible donation to the American Sake Association. To donate, please scan the QR code on the screen or visit our website at americansakeassociation.org. Thank you. Enjoy the video and kanpai.
So yeah, should I lead us, or do you guys?
Yeah, I mean, you're here to teach us a lesson about glassware and sake. So does it matter what kind of vessel we use?
Well, actually, you know what? I thought I would try to figure that out today just by trial and error. But I wanted to ask you, can I show my images, the PowerPoint, or do you cue that up?
No, you show them to us. You can share your screen.
Great, great.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, just want to say hi. Happy Sake Day, everybody. I'm sure you're getting lots of that. Nothing original there. But, and, you know, it's really unfortunate that we're not all together and can't be drinking together. So actually, instead of just going to, you know, what would be the ideal glass, or how the glasses are different to drink out of, what I thought I would do is take us on a trip down memory lane to the way that we all love to enjoy sake, which is with other people. So I'm gonna take you back to what I like to think of as reality. And this is, you know, I know all of you know and love sake well, so probably don't need to tell you what any of these things are. But, you know, in thinking about glassware, what I really was thinking was that glassware is really part of the bigger picture of how you enjoy sake and how to drink sake and enjoy it. And really the best way to enjoy it is with people. Obviously, with food, unless you're really trying to, you know, taste it very seriously for tasting notes and competitions. But really, the way we like to drink sake is with food and with other people. And so, this, for those of you who don't go to a lot of sake bars, might not know. And you know, when we teach beginner sake, we teach them a little bit about how sake is enjoyed in Japan, and this is one of the ways. Hopefully my screen will work. And just a really quick moment. Brings back memories, doesn't it? I'm gonna actually show it one more time because it's just too good to be true. Sorry for the belly shot. Yeah, so there you have back in the old days. And then the other great thing about sake and drinking sake is, of course, being with other people and sharing and pouring for others. And this I find almost comical in how people are in the pouring for others and all the handwork that goes on. So just musical chairs of cups and glasses and pouring for each other. This is when we actually would get our hands near each other and near each other's glasses. And just to get a little top off because you didn't get enough. And there you go. But on a more serious note, what you may also find when you go to sake bars, to izakaya, or visit a brewery, or even go to someone's home, is that they have a lot of different kinds of glasses. And you get to choose what glass you're going to drink from. And they're beautiful, pretty. I took out some of mine. This is actually what I'm going to taste out of today, which I love, which has this really cool, like gold, what do you call it? Like gold leaf on the bottom, and very beautiful shape. I love this glass. And this is one of my favorites too. This is really cute little, I guess you call it ribbed. I don't know what that sort of glass is. But today I'm going to also try sake out of a flatter cup. And if people know some of the terms for things that I don't know, please help me out. So, and the same is true for ochoko, which are sake cups, ceramic, that you would use more for warm sake, as opposed to glass that you use for chilled sake. And there's even some seasonality, obviously, to drinking warm sake and ceramic versus glass. You can see down here the sort of flatter mouth kinds of cups that I'm going to try with today. So, exiting out of my cultural riff, and maybe some people have glasses too. What I'm going to do is today we're going to try out of what's called a kiki-ochoko. This is a competition, call it a festival style sake cup. It has the bullseye, the blue and white bullseye, which is designed that way so that you can really see the color of the sake. So the white will really accentuate the color of the sake. And this is what's used in competitions. And believe it or not, multiple people often drink out of one of these. And when you go to a brewery and they want you to try different sake, they will use these and line them up on a table with a lot of different bottles. And then I'm going to use a wine glass. Many people.
Hey, Henry.
Yeah.
Can you stop sharing your screen and then we can see your
glasses? God, thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay, rewind. So, just to go back to my previous, this is the gold leaf. This is my little buddy with the beautiful glass. And then what I was trying to say is that I'm also going to try using a cup with a wider surface, which is beautiful kind of metal. But to start, what I'm going to use is a kiki-ochoko, which is this, and actually it's from Izumo Fuji. But I'm going to drink Yuki no Bosha out of it. And this again enables you to, most people know the smaller cups, but this really enables you to see the color. And also is big, so you get a lot of surface area to enjoy. And then wine glasses. So I'm going to start with the kiki-ochoko. And again, I talked to CJ, he said he had a kiki-ochoko.
I don't have one, but I have a small version. And
that's okay.
And for this panel, I actually got some Johto to my ginjo. So
wow,
I figured,
thank you.
Yeah. So I'll drink along with you with the different types of glassware and see how it goes.
Great.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to tell a difference.
I'm ready for you, Henry. I'm going to step away, but I'm ready for you.
Okay. It'll be like, follow the bouncing ball when you're trying to sing along with the music. So anyway, what I'm going to do is first start by tasting, not side by side, but just first, one by one. So this cup, the advantage is you're really able to see the color. And I'm drinking Yuki no Bosha Junmai Ginjo. And the reason I chose to use this is because it's a Junmai Ginjo and it's aromatic and it's flavorful and it has so much going on that it's good to see, well, which glass is best, or vessel is best for the aroma and flavor. So with this, you definitely get a lot of the aroma. And you can really see the color very well. I'm on a wood table. If I had, I should have put down something white to look at the wine glass. And the wine glass, I actually don't get as much of the aroma as the kiki-ochoko. So, and kiki, as you probably know, means tasting. So kiki-zake, she is a sake taster. I think that's the license or award you get for being a sake taster. But you really get a lot of the aromatics, I think, better on this, on the sake cup versus the wine glass. Now, people like to say that wine glasses are better because they're bigger, certainly than this, right? And you get to swirl and agitate the aroma, which hopefully enables you to smell the aroma better. But one argument I have for using cups or small cups even, or cups like this, is that actually when you have a cup, your nose is right next to the liquid.
Yeah.
Whereas in a wine glass, the liquid is all the way at the bottom. I mean, obviously you could fill it a lot more.
I was going to say, depending on how much you pour.
Yeah,
if you pour
right.
more, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But really, with sake, getting your nose close to the surface and just having, I think, even not necessarily agitating the sake, but just smelling it in its, natural still state, let's call it, you're really able to get a lot of aromatics and appreciate the sake. And then I'm going to go with this guy, and I haven't started tasting it. I'm just going over smell. But this is really cool glass, and you can see that the surface area of this is pretty close to the kiki-ochoko. They're basically the same width. But what's really nice about this and what people, hold on, I am only chatting with the panelists.
Yeah, that's Chris talking to one of our attendees.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You can continue. You're fine.
I'm just going to be in my glassware tasting ramble until someone tells me to do something else, which I encourage you to do. I'll do whatever you want me to do. All right.
So we have we have this. You have the metallic version. I don't have metallic, but I'll try it in the wider surface and see how that goes.
Yeah. So now I'm going to taste them. So here we go. You can still swirl a little bit in this glass. Now when you taste out of this, it does hit your tongue and your mouth straight on, as opposed to spreading out, which you get with this wider cup. It's clean and strong, good flavor. Definitely not missing anything. Again, I don't think that this is making the aroma better, to be honest, but let's try. Flavor is nice. One thing that is kind of cool about a wine glass is that it sort of goes down the chute, so to speak. Hits my palate pretty much the same width as the kiki-ochoko, but maybe it goes back and down my tongue and palate a little bit more. And it could be my glass. Like this glass could not be cleaned properly, which of course is, a risk with any glassware.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to try this sake glass that's kind of called a gift glass. And the aroma is very subtle. It's more subtle than the kiki-ochoko for sure.
I don't feel like I smell as much on this as I did on the ones that were wider.
Uh-huh. I am getting more fruit on the smaller, this guy, than certainly in the wine glass, which had more, I got more acidity out of the wine glass. And now, before going back to the kiki-ochoko, I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And it's very easy to spill this. Now, one thing that I should mention, I don't know the terms enough, so if anyone knows the Japanese word, please tell me. But part of this shape goes into the style of drinking that you'll see in a wedding, which is in a very or at a ceremony in a shrine, which is a much bigger, wider, almost plate that you'll drink up out of like this. Yeah. And then there's CJ doing it. And then there are some other ones. Oh, do you have one? Yeah, that's like very triangular shaped. Yeah, has the little, call it stump on the bottom.
I've seen those with
a hole in traditional.
You'll see them, they're usually red. And they're lacquer.
Yeah.
But there's smaller versions. And this is kind of, I don't want to say a takeoff on that, but this is a similar shape. And what's cool about this, I might have felt it a little too high, is that when you drink, it immediately hits your palate much wider.
And is that the proper way to do it, with two hands? And
I'm partly doing it to balance. When you have those ceremonial dishes, yes, with two hands. I think
you're just trying not to spill it.
Yeah.
At this
I don't think
point,
anyone's going to call you out for doing that. But this, I'm getting a lot of the fruitiness. The acidity is nice, and also you can smell it. But I would say I'm not getting as much aromatics. So maybe the aromatics is about the same as this little guy.
We just have a couple minutes left. So I was wondering, is there any kind of deterrent to the vessel that you choose? Or do you still get the full enjoyment of a sake regardless of what glassware you choose?
That's a great question. And it's kind of going back to the beginning, going full circle. It also is a question of your mood, your spirit, your culture, what you want. These, I think of a kiki-ochoko and a wine glass as called serious tasting. Well, someone just said always use two hands. I don't know if you always need to use two hands.
Safety first, yeah.
You might have it's like bumper to bumper. But I think these are serious tasting vessels. This is more for connoisseurship. These are more, to me, they take me back to Japan. And if I'm going to drink sake on sake day, actually, I'm going to drink it, it's a toss-up, but I'm going to drink it out of this because to me it's so beautiful. And it has some romance and has great craftsmanship. And it still tastes delicious. And also one thing that people say is, oh, well, if you're drinking out of small cups, you don't get as much, whereas you get a wine glass, you get more liquid. That's great.
You could just pour more.
What's that?
You could just pour more in the smaller vessel after you drink it. Yeah.
Sure. And those, I didn't get one, but there's also what's called ichigo, which is 180 ml, which often will be served in a beautiful, I pouring vessel. And that's, to me, is part of you saw in that video, is part of the enjoyment, the romanticism and culture of drinking sake, and having that Japanese experience is, what a lot of us just love about sake and enjoy in life. So I'm going to kanpai with this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll kanpai with this one. Kanpai. Thank you so much, Henry. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Henry. We really appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah.
And happy sake day.
Happy sake day.
Hey, happy sake day to you too. And
I'll think more about how the whole experience of enjoying a sake goes with each vessel from now on.
Yeah.
Thank you.